Hey everyone, Josh and Amie from CaliforniaThroughMyLens.com. Today we're in Redwoods National Park hiking to the Tall Trees Grove. The Tall Trees Grove in Redwoods National Park is easily one of the best groves I've ever been to in California. That being said, visiting the grove takes a half day and you should plan on a good 4 hours to get from the visitor center to the grove and then back. In order to get to the grove, you have to go to the visitor center, fill out a permit, and get the gate code in order to get access to the road. If you don't do this, there's no way to get to the grove as the gate is locked right at the start of the dirt road. Permit is required to come back here. Don't come back here without getting a permit and without getting the numbers to get into the gate. 6.5 miles down a dirt road. Do note that the road was accessible to two-wheel drive cars when we went, but I have to imagine after some winter rain, it can get pretty bad. We got to the visitor center about 10 minutes after they opened. I thought there would be no one here. There's already like 5 cars, but we're heading out on the 4-mile trail to Tall Trees Grove. It's 1 mile down to the grove and then 1.5 miles around the grove and then 1 mile back out, but it is 800 feet of elevation. When you make it to the grove, note that this is a remote area and that it's a good 4 miles round trip to get down to the grove and then back to your car. This is a reverse hike, so it's 800 feet of elevation down and then back up when you're coming back to your car. Because they limit the amount of people that can make it to the trail, when you start hiking, you'll probably feel like you're in a magical area with no people around you and beautiful shaded views and massive trees. One of the main highlights of this trail is the walk-through tree that you'll get to at about 1 mile in, and it's one of the most photographed areas in Redwoods National Park. This is the famous point of interest on this hike. It's a tree that you can walk right through. That's a really cool thing to see on a trail in the Redwoods.
I'm hiking ahead. Josh is obsessed with that tree back there.
Really though, this trail is stunning the entire way, especially considering that you walk 1.5 miles before you even make it to the actual grove. This trail is absolutely incredible. I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park the movie or something, and we haven't even made it to the grove yet. If you guys get a chance, this is one you definitely want to do. That is the grove out in front of me that we were hiking to. Once you finally make it down to the grove, there's a great picnic bench to relax at in the middle of a bunch of large trees before you head out on the 1 mile loop. We've made it down to the actual grove. It's a 1 mile loop, not 1.5. We're heading that way first. The big trees are on the right side of the loop, and you'll actually see most of them during your first half mile in the grove. Check out all these ferns along the trail. It's really cool to see with all of these gigantic trees. This grove is especially notable because it once held the world's tallest tree until a taller one was found in another part of the park. Don't miss a sign to continue on the Tall Trees Trail. You guys, this is an amazing trail. Massive trees, so much seclusion. It feels very remote out here. We saw those cars in the parking lot, but we haven't seen any people the whole time we've been out here. Know that going in, but it's an amazing place to see redwoods. The second half of the grove doesn't have the big trees from the first half, but it's just as majestic with large maple trees, tall ferns, and branches covered in moss. I almost liked this part more than the first half. The grove is also right next to Redwood Creek as well, and there are many different hiking trails that leave from this area and go to other parts of the park. We made it back to the split. Now it's 1.5 miles back to the car. Saying goodbye to the grove. Don't underestimate the uphill, it is steep. Heading back through the walking tree. Amie is correcting me, it's the walk-through tree.
The tree doesn't walk, you walk through it.
Be sure to take advantage of these benches when you get them. It's steep on the way up. Almost out. Thanks so much for hiking the Tall Trees Grove with us. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.